History remembers wars by dates and victories. It remembers generals by last names carved into stone. But history rarely remembers the men who stood in the mud, fingers numb on rifle triggers, hearts pounding so loudly they thought the enemy could hear it. This is not the story of a single battle. This is the story of how an army became what it is today, through fear, discipline, blood, loyalty, mistakes, and moments of quiet courage that never made it into textbooks. It is the story of the United States Army as seen not from the top of command, but from the ground, where boots sank into foreign soil and young men learned, sometimes too late, what it truly meant to serve. Men argued whether the United States should remain distant or prepare for the inevitable. Thomas listened. He was 16 when he first heard the phrase "over there" used not as a direction, but as a destiny. In April 1917, when Congress declared war on Germany, the church bells rang, people cheered in the streets, flags appeared in windows, recruiting posters went up overnight, painted in bold reds and blues, promising honor, duty, and adventure. Thomas lied about his age. So did thousands of others. Factory workers, immigrants from Italy drilled next to coal miners from West Virginia. They learned how to march in formation, how to clean a rifle until it gleamed, how to obey orders without hesitation. They also learned how to wait. Waiting was the first real lesson of soldiering. Thomas wrote letters home by candlelight, his handwriting growing tighter, more precise. He spoke less about excitement and more about responsibility. Somewhere between bayonet drills and forced marches, boyhood burned away. By the time he boarded the troop ship crossing the Atlantic, he no longer wondered whether he was brave. He only wondered whether he would do his duty when the moment came. The sky in ghostly whites and greens. Somewhere beyond the darkness, men were dying in ways he could not yet imagine. The first gas attack came without warning. Masks went on in seconds. Panic spread faster than poison. Men clawed at straps, coughing, eyes burning. The army learned that discipline was not just about obedience, it was about survival. By the end of 1918, the U.S. Army had lost over 100,000 men. Thomas survived. Many did not. Chapter 4. Between Wars. When the war ended, the army shrank again. Soldiers returned home to parades and silence. Factories reopened. Farms needed hands.